Alright everyone, welcome back to Joe Man's Land. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's a chilly day here in Calgary, so that made me think it's a perfect day to go into a different subject with my drone. If you guys are familiar with the Mini 3 Pro drone, it's got a high-res mode where it basically takes a bunch of stills and stitches them together into one 48 megapixel image. Some people get great results with this. I am not one of them. Recently, one of my buddies named Marcus showed me this really cool way of shooting to generate high-res images that I found worked super well. And basically in this method, you shoot a series of vertical images, stitch them together, and then edit it as one image. So today we'll be first of all going through the settings on the drone in the air, then we'll send it back to the home studio, we'll do the high-res stitch, and then we'll do some baseline editing. But I'm super cold, so let's get this puppy in the air and let's see whether or not this method works. Alright, we've got the drone up, let's send it and let's get into the settings for this cool high-res style of taking an image. Alright, so first things first, as you guys can see, we have reached our spot. So the first thing we are going to do, first thing you should always do is make sure your camera is in focus. So all that footage I got was not. So instead we are just going to quickly talk about the settings here at home. So the first thing you want to do, of course, once your drone is up in the air and you're in your spot, is make sure you are in vertical. So now we have rotated here, and now we're going to make sure that we are in photo mode, which we are. And when I was up that day, I was shooting in full manual. So I was using a 1/4 shutter, an ISO of 100, and then I just did a left to right pan with the left stick, which was the key for that. You know, you don't want to actually move the drone, you just want it to pan along the same plane so your horizon remains the same. And what I mean by left to right is, you know, make sure you're not going side to side like this. You want to make sure you're pivoting along the same plane, just doing a series of images. So I actually set the drone to take both JPEG as well as RAW, and the RAW file format is a DNG. So let's get on the computer and let's have a look at how the DNG stacks and how the JPEG stacks and which one we like more.
Today we're going to be looking at both a RAW merge as well as a JPEG merge, just depending on what mode you like to shoot in. I like to shoot both JPEG and DNG files on my Mini 3 Pro. I just find it works very well. So first of all, let's start with the DNG merge. So I'm going to be using Affinity Photo 2 new Panorama because we're going to be adding all these photos together. So let's go to add. A ton of images here. That's awesome. That's what we want. We're going to select all of them and hit open. And then from here, we're going to go stitch panorama. This is going to align all the images into one giant photo. It does take a few minutes, so you just have to give it some time. All right, so here we go. Here is the preview, and we're going to hit OK. All right, so it just takes a second to render. Obviously, these are all individual pictures, so it has to find the points of overlap and stitch them together into one continual frame. Obviously, doing this with the DNG will take a little bit longer than JPEG, just depending on what you want to do. So there you go. Man, that's crazy. That looks so good. So as you guys can see, it is very large for sure. We are just going to quickly crop because obviously there is some blank space, which is to be expected. And that's it. There we have our photo. So let's export this and let's do the same thing with the JPEG. Here we go. We're going to hit open. We're going to go stitch panorama. Let's see how fast it takes for the JPEG version of this to stitch. Here we go. Much faster. And then we'll hit OK. Here we go. As you guys can see, obviously there's a bit more color in this because it is not a RAW file. Here we go. And that looks amazing. Wow. All right. Let's quickly crop this in the same way. And then we're going to go file. All right, so let's get Capture One open. This is Capture One 23 beta, just in case you're wondering of the version I'm using. Again, keep in mind, these are just the programs I use. A lot of these methods we're talking about would work for any Stitcher and photo editor. So let's go to Finder and let's grab the Panorama Stitch folder, pull it into here, and let's start having some fun. As you guys can see, it is taking a second. The JPEG was quick. The DNG took a little bit longer to load. Okay, so here we go. Here is our file. As you guys can see, we can zoom in pretty far on this and get lots of detail in the image, which is great. You know, I think in terms of editing these, there's lots of different things you can do. I'm going to try using some LUTs just for fun. We'll go to the infrared, which is always fun. Rock the aerochrome. Wow, that is a little too loud. Let's go to instant, see what that looks like. Interesting. Let's go to vintage. AFCA, medium, I don't like that. Let's try going to negative. Don't mind the portrait look, that's kind of clean. Okay, let's try using the portrait. I like that. And we'll push the saturation a bit, we'll make it a bit bluer, pull the purples just a bit. Now let's see what we can get with the shadow recovery. Wow, we can recover so much of the shadows. Let's have a look at the JPEG. Lots of detail as well. I can't say I see much of a difference between the two. And let's go to our JPEG LUTs. Let's see what negative looks like. Not bad. Let's go to instant. Interesting. Let's go to vintage. So yeah, there you have it. You can definitely do a lot with these files. Alright folks, well I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a ton of fun shooting this way. I definitely have to say I really found that this worked a lot better than shooting in the 48 megapixel high res mode built into the Mini 3 Pro. I found shooting in vertical, just taking a series of images, worked super well. Shooting in manual definitely made a very big difference there too. But in the comments below, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this method. Will you be using this, or is there another way to shoot high res images on drones that I might be missing? Either way, leave a comment below. But let's wrap this video here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember to take beautiful photos every single day. Don't do it for the views. Do it for yourself, and I look forward to seeing you all in another video super duper soon. See you later.